Hello, everybody. It's me, live with Lucy, on a beautiful Monday in South Carolina. At least it's beautiful for now. And just want to say hey to people. I really enjoy seeing y'all here. Berta, Rosa. Rosa's usually the first one here. Roseanne, Michelle, Cheryl, Irene. So anyway, I'm so happy to see you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I really don't know what it is, but my nose itches so bad whenever I get on camera. It must be nerves. That's all I can figure. Okay, so let me find out the project. So I made a little tiny, oh wait, oh, I forgot my microphone. Wait just a second. I put it somewhere. Darn. Can y'all hear me very well? I don't know what I did with it.
I'll have to hang it on the light each time.
No, because I have to charge it. Okay, tell me if you can hear me. I'll just talk real loud, or at least I'll try to talk loud. I forgot to put on my microphone. Sorry about that. So what was I saying? So I've got the little acorn box. I made this one out of 65-pound cardstock, and it is really easy. It's not particularly sturdy, but it's so easy. You know, it cuts in like 5 minutes or less. So I was really happy about that. And I made one out of, this one is heavier cardstock, and I painted it because I always do my prototype in white. And I'm like, I'm just going to paint it. But then I also made one in, or cut out pieces in watercolor paper and painted them, and I just like the variation with the paint. So anyway, I thought this kind of went along with the place cards. You could use these for the place cards. And let me see, I'm gonna switch pages just a little bit so I can make sure about the sound. Okay, alrighty, I see Helen there, and Trisha, and Barbara, and last time I messed up somebody's name. Her name is Corey R., and I called her Courier. So anyway, Corey, sorry about that. And see Debbie and Tracy. Okay, so all you need for this, some kind of cardstock. I really would rather use a heavier cardstock just because of the sides of this is my 65-pound version, but it's just so flexible. I just think it'd be better if you had stronger. I could not find any heavy-duty brown. I don't know. You know I have every kind of cardstock around. I don't know where it went, so I couldn't find that. So I used 65, and the nice thing is I checked it out to make sure that if that's what you have, it works. So cardstock, glue, a way to cut it out. I think that's it. Oh, let me show you just one other thing. I want your opinion about this. I'm going to scroll down so I can see the comments. Okay, so I decided, I thought the gold foil might look good. So I made a gold foil acorn cap. And I think it makes it a little fancier. And you could actually do this in a brown foil. And I think it would look, you know, a little more dramatic, a little more, honestly, fancier. So if you need it for a dressier table. And one of these days I will do a squirrel. If you were looking forward to a squirrel, I did the simple thing. Sometimes I have time to do a lot of design work, and sometimes I don't. I had to finish up a project for a springtime event, and then I actually have something coming up for a December event that I think is going to be really good. I think y'all are going to like that. And I did decide to do an event in December. I've got a bunch of ideas. A lot of these will kind of be recycled things, but used in a different way. I've never posted my, let me see if it's here. I've never posted my Maison de Noël. I only had it in the 12 by 12 cardstock Christmas event, so I'm going to post that on December 1st. Oh, somebody said Jennifer Maker was here. If so, I'm so excited. She has been such a supporter and encouraged me, and honestly, that's where I learned to do SVGs. I could not have, I guess I could have figured it out, but I wouldn't have figured out subtleties that she taught me. So anyway, let's go. I'm going to go ahead and get started and just do the real simple acorn thing. I have to switch cameras, as you know, and I don't have a sophisticated setup, partly because I think it would inhibit me and make it harder for me to do things, so I just do it really simple. So I rotate my camera, change it on my computer, straighten it out so you don't get dizzy, or try not to show my belly. So I'm going to scoot it away from me a little bit. No, that's not working. There we go. That works. Okay. These are the two side strips, and I have glued them together, and this is big enough so that it will go around the acorn. And I've got two of them. I've got two inner pieces. This is kind of the template. It makes it much easier to glue, to go around a circle and then put it on the backing. So that's what they are. And they are different sizes so that one fits in the other. That's Alley Cat. She decided to visit today. You never can tell when she's going to visit. This is the acorn cap. And I usually get two background pieces and glue them together. And the two outer pieces, they are the same size. I think that's it. Okay, so let's start. Let's just go ahead and glue the acorn cap down so it's ready when we're ready to glue it on. Yes, Jennifer does an incredible Christmas event each year. Jennifer Maker does, and it's the Merry Mingle. And oh, I just love the projects. You know, I love anything with houses on it, and she had the cutest little pop-up card with gingerbread guys and a gingerbread house behind. I think that was yesterday. I get confused. So anyway, I glued two of these just to make the acorn cap a little stronger. This is the decorative kind of overlay to mimic the texture on an acorn cap. I'm not drawing straight lines today. Or rather, I'm not drawing straight glue lines. It doesn't matter. See how fine, wait, let me see if I can angle it. So you can see how fine the lines are you could do with this barely art glue tip. It has revolutionized my gluing skills. Okay, and then just put the top on, line it up. Ooch it a little bit this way. There we go. Set that aside. Now this is kind of the hard part, but I have an easy way to do it. So gluing all these little tabs down. If you were with me when we made the caravan, the first time I made it by gluing little tabs on the rounded caravan, I did it by like pressing this one down, holding it, pressing this one down and holding it. But for these gift boxes, there is an easy way. So I do have to apply blobs of glue to all the tabs. All the way around. And basically, and it's also, this 65-pound cardstock is so flexible, it goes around the curves really easily. The 110 does too. It's really not that different, but it is a little stiffer. So I'm putting glue on every single little tab. And one time I applied glue along this line, but sometimes when you put the two pieces together, they tend to get glued together because of the glue oozing out. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just doing it on the tabs. Okay, here's the easy part. So you lay it down. We've already done our scores. We lay it down, and then you basically put your little piece on top. So I'm going to anchor it by applying some pressure here, and then I just slide it under. You see how easy it is? We're going around the curve and we're sliding it under. Sometimes you have to lift your piece up a little bit, but look how, let me see if I can pick it up so I can show you. Look how tight the curve is. And you're not fighting it, you're just sliding it under. And it's especially important, I'm going to smear this glue so it will dry faster. Especially important around the curves to hold it down. And you'll see in just a second. Sliding under, sliding under. Last piece. Okay, so we've got it all nice and tight. And we've got the bottom of our box done so easy. Now, I made it a little bit big just for flexibility, but now I'm going to apply some glue to hold this. And you want it to be, the techniques to be, the walls rather, to be straight up and down. So I try to make sure that this looks straight when I apply it. There, half our box. Next, if you flip it over, you'll see that some of the little tabs pop up. So I apply a little glue here, a little glue around them. And then I just apply glue because we're going to add the base piece. And let me see, here's the base piece. Now, it's designed so that this is the rounded edge. I probably should have made it just an oval, but I kind of copied the outline of the acorn, so it's flatter here. This is a much more rounded part, and so that goes at the top, and I try to center it. And you know, I'm just not crazy accurate. Like I said, I want stuff to be easy, so I just kind of eyeball it so it's about even on each side, and then I run my finger around to apply some pressure and make it adhere. Okay, let me see. I can't remember. That was the smaller one. So next, I'm going to do it again just to kind of show you, because it's fast. It's fast. Yeah, I started doing it. I think I discovered it for when I was making an egg box, that it was just so much easier to slide it under. And if you're making a more complicated shape, you can use this. Say you've got some other cool shapes, you can use this for any, to make any relatively simple shape into a gift box. So I have a bunny gift box, and I do that the same way. The difference with the bunny is there's some sharper edges. You've got the ears coming off, and so I just fold my paper to fit it. I make a crease and fit it around the any sharp lines. Okay, here we go again. I know I'll probably do something goofy on this one and mess it up, and I'm starting on a straight edge just because it's easier to start on a straight edge, a straight part of your design, or a straighter part of your design, whatever the design is. But like I said, you can turn so many things into a gift box by doing this. Okay, I'm going to hold it, get that one anchored so I can kind of pick it up a little bit. Slide it under. I don't think I need to trim it. Okay. I let it get a little loose there. If it's loose, then the top sometimes gets a little loose. And I'll show you what I do to solve that problem. If you find that the top is just way too wobbly and doesn't adhere the way you want it to, basically just add some extra paper. There we go. Okay, let's just test it. So the rounded part goes over the rounded part. There you go. And it is pretty loose. I kind of made this wider, but we can just glue some strips inside to make it take up more space so that it won't be too loose. Okay, now we go to the back. I looked up to see comments. Yes, Ben and Jennifer Maker. This is how I ended up knowing her. My brother, who is very tech savvy, not as much as Jennifer, but he is very tech savvy, started off on the internet when Jennifer did, basically at the beginning of the internet, and they worked together. And when I told my brother I wanted to write a book, a craft book, he said, "You need to talk to my friend Jennifer." And I did, and she graciously, wrote me back and gave me advice, and now I have lots of fun and get to meet all you guys. Okay, we're almost done. And it is a little loose. If you can see, this splays out just a little bit. Okay, next, all we do is match up the top circle, and we've got the little acorn done. And you could write a name, like we were talking about place cards for Thanksgiving. You could write a name here or put a little card on top. And then I want your opinion about the gold. What do you think about the gold? I'm going to look for some comments. Oh, Jennifer was, yeah, she said she's happy she met me, but I'm just so honored. I mean, honestly, who gets to see Jennifer on a live chat? Okay, so what do you think? Gold or regular cardstock? Gold. Tricia says gold. Joanne Weber, gold. Okay, looking like gold. So this one's going to be the gold one. And like I said, I think if you used a dark brown foil, I think it would really elevate it. And one thing I noticed, it was kind of it surprised me, is that the gold cut so much better than the cardstock. I cut it on my medium cardstock setting on my Cricut Maker. And I mean, it didn't make a single mistake. It was beautiful. It was so easy. This, when I have something that's very detailed, a lot of times I'll cut out extras, and I cut out 3 extra. I cut out a total of 5, and 3 messed up. Now, part of that's, I use old mats, and I don't brayer them and stuff. But the gold just cut beautifully. And so, okay, so let's see. I'm gonna switch cameras again. I'm rotating. Okay, let's see. Oh, Jennifer. Yes, Jennifer Maker's animals used to bust in. Her dog, Hunter, I think, and the cat, yes. And she would apologize, and I'm like, that's fun. I think that's fun. Now, when Luca starts, I'm using my laptop for the face front camera. When he starts like rubbing his cheek against the camera, the laptop, I'm not happy about that. But when, or if they kind of turn their butt to the screen, I'm not happy about that. Yes. Yeah. Oh, and Jennifer was talking about like an AOL account. Ben got the account, Ben, 3 letters, Ben. That's crazy. But they were really on the kind of the cutting edge, the very first people who adopted the internet. And both of them just have crazy skills at computers. I'm just happy I can make my Cricut work and get stuff to cut out. Okay. Yeah. Oh, male yellow cats. They're the nicest. The nicest cats I've ever had have been male yellow cats. Okay, let me see. These are the things we've done. We did the silly dancing turkey. We did a place card, very simple place card. Like I said, we're all busy at this time of year, so I'm trying to do stuff that's easier. So at first it was very plain, and then I added the leaves, which I think helps a lot, and we added one with a kind of elegant paper in the background, so that makes a better place card. Especially if you've got a formal enough dinner that you're using place cards, you want them to look a little bit fancy. Okay, all right. I think that's it, but I'm really having fun watching the chat, so I don't know. We don't usually get like, you know, a guest visitor like Jennifer, so okay, let me see. What else can I talk about? The Alpine Wreath Workshop. I am going to update the files this week. So before, when I made houses, I didn't include a base, but I learned that one, you like this insert at the bottom to help keep it square, and you can see how nicely this is a year old and how nicely it stays. So I'm updating my Alpine Wreath Workshop so that all of the patterns have this insert to help you keep them square. And what's the other thing? And it's still on sale. So all 12 houses and the instructional videos for making the for like I show you my tricks for snow and how to attach them to the wreath. So all those videos, and so you can still get that. You go to shop at Paper Glitter Glue. You can see it on the Paper Glitter Glue first page. Shop is like a top button in the menu. Okay, alrighty, and yes, let me see. Oh, I really like Kelly's stuff too. Kelly Rousseau, she was in my Spooktacular, and she made funny little, they're really cute ghost gift boxes. Okay, any questions, anybody? And I'm so glad we had our like superstar guest video. Jennifer used to say, I'm not a unicorn. I'm like, I think you're a unicorn. I think what she does is that amazing and that different, but it doesn't mean that us kind of sort of normal people can't learn from her and, you know, express our own creativity. Okay, so Amy said she just arrived, so I hate to end right when Amy Yukina just arrives. So, oh, Christmas contest. Yes, I didn't send out a link. I'll send that out this week. The Christmas contest starts December 1st and continues until December 19th. And we are having a village category. And as always, I will add extra things. Like somebody will have a hysterical name, and I'll give them an award. And it's just like a little gift card. I'll give them an award for funniest name or something like that. Or I'll see a technique that's really amazing, and they didn't win a prize in one of the other categories. And I'm like, you deserve to pay attention to this. So. And then sometimes we get very realistic houses and they win. And then the whimsical kind of gets overlooked, like, you know, some giant candy land. So anyway, that December contest The Christmas contest starts December 1st, and there is a size limit. You know, I like the houses to be smaller, partly because I think over time, if you have a bunch of huge houses, you're like, where am I going to put this? So they can be 12 inches tall, which is much taller than most of the houses I make. 12 inches tall, 12 inches wide, and I think it's like 9 inches, 8 or 9 inches deep. So that's the restriction. If you enter the village category, you have to have one house that was built this year, and you're allowed 3 pictures. So we're going to put 3 pictures on the website so that the judges can see more than one, because it's really hard to appreciate all the work that goes into a village from one photo. But the other entries just have one photo. And we like the names. Sometimes the names are, it really colors how you feel about the project, because then you get the thought behind it. So always do always put a really cool name, or not that, a name that expresses what you're trying to do. And it may be, whatever your name is, family home. And that tells us it's like your family home. And that's important too. So we appreciate that. Okay. All righty. And I think that's it. Oh, kids. If last time we only had a few kids, and I still have to send out some gift cards, because I have to send them out in person, and I've been kind of scattered lately. I mean, I have to send them out by mail, and I haven't taken the time to do that, but I will do that. But try to get kids involved. They have fun. They like it. And then I always try to recognize all of the kids. And we have 2 age groups now. It's like 6 to 10 and 11 to 16, something like that. So the little kids don't feel like, oh, I'm competing with the big kids. And we actually draw names. Like if there were a lot of kids, we draw names for the winner. But I try to send them all something, even if it's a tiny, minimal gift card. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Jennifer said she was already very talented. She's only grown. I don't know. I'm mostly what I've done is I'm retired now, so I get to play more. But I learned tech stuff. If you make a house completely by hand, it is very time consuming. And also, when you get older, it hurts. So now I have my little trusty machine, and it's like burm, 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 and it cuts my cardboard and it scores my cardboard, and it's just really fun. Okay. Alrighty. Well, thank you for being here, and I really appreciate Jennifer stopping by, and because I know she's busy. She's in the middle of her Merry Mingle. Go check those out. Jennifer Maker, her Merry Mingle. And I think that's it. So I'm going to go for now. So y'all take care. Have a good day. And I'll see you next Monday with something. I don't know what I'll come up with. Maybe it's a time for a squirrel. Okay. I keep thinking this. I'm like, I love you guys. So, okay. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.